Start with a roll call.
Mayor Tomes.
Here.
Alderman Clark. Absent. Alderman Hurt.
Here.
Spaghettis.
Present.
Swanson.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Poulos.
Here.
And Geenan.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic,
Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you.
You can turn down your volume if you want.
Yes, is that what that is? Thought I had it muted.
You'll hear it over the.
All right. We now have public comment. If there's anybody out there that would like to make a comment, *6 will unmute your phone. *6 will unmute it. Anybody's welcome to speak. Anybody out there would like to say something for the good of the cause? *6 will unmute it. Okay.
Yes, hi. Can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hi. I am calling about item number 11. Is that the time, or should I wait
No,
for
you
the
can,
public comment?
let's see, 11, which is, what is 11?
Public hearing.
Pardon?
Public hearing.
Oh, it's a public hearing. No, we will do that when, we'll have a public hearing at that time. So that'd be the proper time at it, that time.
Great. Thank you.
Okay? Anybody else wish to speak? All right, hearing none, we will move on. Item number 7.
Minutes of the April 27th, 2020 meeting.
This is Alderman Hurt, make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
Swanson, seconds.
Move to second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 8.
Minutes of the executive session of April 13th, 2020.
Alderman Spaghettis motioning to approve the minutes as printed.
Second, Alderman Hurt.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Item number 9, update Rock Island. I've got a couple items. One is Rock Island golf courses are open. Highland Springs and Saukey golf courses are open for the season. The golf courses will follow the restrictions provided by the state of Illinois, including only groups of 2 are allowed, 15-minute tee time intervals, no carts except for those with physical disabilities or limitations, no rental pull carts, prepaid tee time reservations, no practice facilities, including driving range and putting greens, and no congregating in or near the clubhouse. But have fun with all those rules. Rock River warning. Due to the continued high river levels of the Rock River, the city of Rock Island is recommending boaters avoid the Rock River west of Ben Williamson Park. The boat barrier buoys are currently not in place as a result of the high river level, thus making the steel dam hard to see. The high river levels combined with strong current makes this area extremely dangerous. Avoid this at all costs. Then one last item I'd like to bring up there. This one's a little lengthier. and it's talking about a new platform that the city of Rock Island is going to have. It's actually live, going live tomorrow. It'll be announced formally tomorrow. And then there'll be a video press conference on Thursday. But it's a platform that we've been working on with other cities in the Illinois Quad Cities. We started actually back on 5/8. We actually started with 118 businesses, received a link to this test site. Stacy with Dari has received a lot of feedback and is working with, it's called Live Stories is the company that we're working with, to make adjustments to the public. And what this program or platform does, or works with, is taking and making it a lot simpler to research programs that are out there by the city, the county, the state, the federal government, primarily with COVID-19 issues, but we've added a number of other programs to it also. So if a small business is taking a look and instead of saying, am I eligible for PPP, or am I eligible for CARES, I can't even speak, or SBA, or in this case even facade, or CURLIF loans for bi-state, they can actually go to this, log in, confidential, fill out their pro forma, their profile on their business, and the software will go out and find out if they're eligible for any of these. Some may come back, maybe, they need a little more information. Some might come back, absolutely. Some could back, no. So it saves the small business time from doing research that they may not be eligible for that opportunity, for resources, for funds. But it also will help them because it can be buried in red tape a lot of times and hard to understand when you go to the links and websites for the different agencies. So this does it all for you. And so it makes it very easy, kind of a one-stop shop to go see what resources are available for your business. So we're very excited about this. It's called Forward, Rock Island Forward. We are doing this in conjunction with the city of Moline and the city of East Moline. Silver struck out. It did. And so it's a collaborative at this point on the Illinois side. It could be expanded. So at this point, like I say, we've been doing a test with 118 businesses. Been getting great feedback from those businesses on making adjustments. The next steps are actually what you can do is you can go to Dari's website or the city's, and you're going to look on the Dari's. It'll be Rock Island Forward, and it'll be live tomorrow. And for the city of Rock Island, you can go there, and then you look on the left-hand side of the home deal. Frequently, what's it called? Frequent sites, links on the left-hand side, and we have it under a couple different places. COVID-19 page, along with some others there. So it's an easy to find. Click on it. It'll take you right to it. Not too many clicks away. We have spent time, Dari and the city of Rock Island are partnering in this, have spent a great deal of time, and have got 1,100 businesses already logged in there that they'll be sending out invites to, in the city of Rock Island only. 1,100 businesses we've identified that we'll send out invitations for those businesses to log in and see if they're eligible for any resources. Once again, this is not just COVID-19 product. It is for all products that the city offers. City, state, federal, once again, all those. Then we'll keep it up. It's very flexible, short turnaround time for fixes and ads. So if anybody out there does find a problem, thinks of something that's not there that should be, please let us know. We need that feedback. But it's a very unique situation. Once again, everybody will have their own unique usernames and passwords, so it's very confidential. Businesses must be invited to join, so we will send out those invitations to 1,100. If you don't get one, let us know, and we will work on that, but it is an invitation only. Tara, with the city of Rock Island and the economic department, has once again been working very hard in finding these 1,100 businesses, and all the emails. So hopefully that's we're set to go. There'll be a video coming out explaining from D-Films, explaining how to use this, and other great things. So once again, we're joint news release coming tomorrow with the city of Moline and East Moline, and then we're doing joint virtual press conference on Thursday. So hopefully but once again, a big thank you to Tara with the City of Rock Island, Stacy with Dari, for their hard work that they put into this to make this happen. We want the small and medium, locally owned businesses to survive. We want to continue to find tools to give you to help do that in the City of Rock Island. Of course, we've been working, this grant process is out there also that the City of Rock Island and Dari have been working on. I'm rambling on a little bit, but it's very important. It's a great tool. It's user-friendly, easy to use, and so please, whatever businesses are listening or pass this on, we feel that it'll be very helpful for the survival of a number of businesses. If you have any other questions, please feel free to call City Hall and we'll point you in the right direction. So, there's my update for the day. Item 10.
Proclamation declaring the week of May 17th through May 23rd, 2020 as National Public Works Week in the City of Rock Island. Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works systems and programs such as water, sewer, streets, and highways, public buildings, and solid waste collection. And whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on these facilities and services, and whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform.
Now therefore, I, Mike Tomes, Mayor of the City of Rock Island, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through May 23rd in 2020 as National Public Works Week in the City of Rock Island, and call upon all its citizens and civil organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions which public works officials make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life.
Mayor Tomes, this is Alderman Hurt. I would like to just add that I know and I'm assuming the rest of the City Council, we do really appreciate all the work Public Works does for the City of Rock Island. So thank you to all of those workers and employees.
Absolutely. They do put themselves out there every day, but even this last month or so, exposing themselves to a lot of other issues for the good of the city. So thank you. Item number 11.
Mayor Tomes will close the regular meeting and open a public hearing regarding the program year 2020 Annual Action Plan and an amendment to the 2019 Annual Action Plan.
So I'm going to close this meeting and open up, close the regular meeting and open a public hearing. And now is the time for anybody to speak, and I believe there was a woman out there that wished to, and maybe somebody else. But once again, a reminder, *6 will unmute you. Anybody wish to speak in regards to this plan? I don't know if Colleen wants to.
Well, let's get here.
Okay. Anybody wish to speak? Anybody want to speak about this issue?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Need her name.
There might be two of them, so okay, go ahead.
Hi, yes, my name is Jen Wood, and I am a case manager at World Relief Quad Cities. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. Our director, Laura Fontaine, was on the CEBT call on May 7th, organized by Colleen Small-Woolman, to discuss our efforts in Rock Island. Today, I would like to briefly share some of the services that World Relief Quad Cities provides. World Relief Quad Cities is a nonprofit agency serving refugees and immigrants in western Illinois and eastern Iowa. We've been operating in the Quad Cities for 20 years now. The services that we provide are open to all immigrants. These services include refugee resettlement, immigration legal services, intensive case management, a monthly food pantry, employment and EL services, help with IDHS applications, citizenship classes, and a youth mentoring program. We primarily serve clients from the Congo, Sudan, Iraq, and from minority ethnic groups in Burma, such as the Karen and Chin. Through our intensive case management program, we currently serve 50 clients, and all of them live in Rock Island. Our program that helps families access IDHS services serves 132 families, and the majority of them live in Rock Island as well. Recently, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the increase in cases that we've seen in Rock Island County, we've been educating our clients on COVID-19 and distributing resources in different languages. For those that have been affected by COVID-19, we've been helping them access food and financial assistance for their rent and utilities. We've been also helping facilitate communication between clients and Rock Island schools, and serving as liaisons between clients and employers, specifically Tyson and XTAC, who hire many refugees in the area. We thank you so much for your support and your time.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else? I think I heard someone else voice out there wanting to speak, but maybe that was...
Mike, this is Dave Morrison. I just want to make sure that we're clear. We'd have people who are talking in support, and I believe that the young lady that was just speaking was in support of the item. And then you'd ask if there's anybody who wishes to speak against. I guess that would be my
Thank you.
recommendation.
I forgot about the in favor and against. I was just thinking everybody's for it. So yes, anybody in favor of it would like to speak. Thank you for that clarification. Anybody in favor of this, please hit *6 to unmute yourself. And I apologize for the pauses, but we want to be fair to give people an opportunity. Anybody in favor, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and speak. Introduce yourself. I'm not hearing anybody yet, so you jump in if you need it, but anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to this? Please press *6 to unmute yourself. It's one of the things you think 5 seconds seems like 5 minutes. Anybody opposed? Please press *6 to unmute yourself. Mute yourself. All right. Is there anybody out there, anybody else would like to speak in regards to this?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
This is Dan McNeil, and I'm with Spring Forward. And we provide out-of-school time programs at no cost to families in the Rock Island Milam School District. More than 500 children in Rock Island are served in our after-school and summer programs annually. Our summer camps have recently received national recognition for our efforts to build partnerships to create result-driven programs that serve low-income youth. This year, unfortunately, we will not be able to gather for our summer camps at a time when summer learning is more important than ever. We're looking at when our children return to school, hopefully in August. They'll be away from school for 5 months, and this impacts low-income youth much greater than their more affluent peers. So we're currently creating alternative programs for summer to ensure that our kids keep learning and are provided enrichment activities. We have a goal of purchasing 5,000 books to get into the homes of our families so they can build their libraries and keep their kids reading. Distributing 500 activity bags that include lessons and different activities from partners, the Rock Island Public Library, local museums, and others. But this doesn't come without the need to fund this project, and we're hopeful that the City Council we'll consider some of the dollars that were allocated from HUD to help our most vulnerable children at a time of need, because we know that when they return to school, if they don't return without assistance from the community, that it's going to widen the already broad achievement gap that exists for our low-income youth. So I thank you for your time and consideration.
Very much. So I assume you're in favor of this?
I am in favor of it.
Okay, just want to make sure which, for the public record.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to thank city staff and colleagues for the opportunity for all of the nonprofit partners and organizations to get together and share the community needs. It was helpful.
Thank you. All right, is there anybody else that would like to speak about this? Please push *6 to unmute yourself. Anybody else wish to speak?
This is Alderman Parker. I don't know if it's time for the city council to talk, but I'm going to now. All right, so to be clear, even though the city council is approving this plan, we're pretty much just approving the total dollar amount that we anticipate in spending. And if we want to change what the specific amounts are allocated after this, we can do so. Is that correct?
That's correct, as the need develops. So what you're approving tonight are standard annual expenditures, which are standard programs, like our housing rehab programs, our demolition programs, our code enforcement programs, and the staff costs that go along with that. Additionally, for the COVID-19, just tentatively in there, the two big things are about $250,000 for the relief package you've already approved to the small businesses, and this allows us to use this CDBG money for that. We've pulled it out of another fund momentarily to be able to get the money out there. And then there's also about the same amount, I think it's $249,000 for nonprofits. So how much is going to be needed for that, I don't know, but this allows us now to be able to start processing the grants that the nonprofits have applied for. And then as this develops, if it's likely that we're going to need more assistance for, some of our businesses, and then we would be able to reallocate some of these funds and move them around. This basically allows us to access these HUD funds, and then as the need develops and as we see what we really need out in the community, we can redeploy it as long as it's an appropriate CDBG expenditure.
So this annual action plan is all $1.6 million worth of CDBG money. We're getting both the usual amount and the additional amount provided by the federal CARES bill.
That's correct, and then we have around $650,000 that's left over from previous years that's also in there.
Okay. I guess, how are we going to revisit this and discuss? I mean, frankly, there's been zero discussion amongst the city council as to how we should be spending this money. I've talked to you, Randy, at length about having some sort of process similar to the goal setting session where people has a much more robust conversation as to how we should be spending this money. How are we going to have that discussion as a council soon, I suppose?
Yeah, and that was the plan, and
Hold on a
unfortunately
second.
was made.
You have to close the public meeting.
Yep.
The alderman is not technically
Okay.
for the
Yep.
public.
Yep.
So you have to close that public meeting before he can,
Discuss these things.
before people can talk about this.
All right, that's fine. Didn't hear anybody, so I will close the public hearing and reopen the regular meeting.
Take it away, Randy.
We have to make someone's got to make a motion to approve the plan first. And
This is Alderwoman Swanson, and I move to accept and approve the program year 2020 annual action plan as submitted and approve the amended 2019 Annual Action Plan and Citizen Participation Plan.
Alderman Jerkulis, second.
It's been moved and second. Now we can have discussion.
All right, so what would have happened is exactly what you're describing. It was set to come to a study session and start the discussion. Then the whole COVID-19 crisis hit. Then, all of a sudden we're awarded this additional funding and we're trying to get it out there as fast as possible. So what'll happen here initially is I'll be talking to the aldermen on an individual basis just to get some feel. And then we'll be back in front for a group discussion in June, and maybe more than one discussion. I suspect it will also be a topic of goal setting, just some guidelines on how we want to spend, our CDBG funds each year.
And this is Alderwoman Swanson, and I just want to clarify that this roughly $650,000 in funding from HUD that we're getting for the CARES Act, it is specifically designated to prepare for, prevent, and respond to the spread. So this money needs to be earmarked for really what we're doing with helping businesses in our community that have suffered losses because of this. So I think that we need to be really, really careful that this money is spent and designated for the purpose of which it's intended. And I think our economic development staff does an outstanding job with identifying causes. We've got a lot of people out of work. There's going to be a lot of people that need assistance, a lot of businesses that need assistance. Dan McNeil talked about, the need for helping children. So I think there's a lot of need in our community, and so we need to make sure that this money goes for those needs.
And that's correct. So it does have to be related to the COVID crisis. We cannot use it for any other purpose. If we did, we'd have to repay it.
And I think that we need to be responsive, quickly respond to issues as they come up. The same token, we need to balance that with some patience because we don't know what the future brings. How long things, this could happen, drag on, and what other issues come up. So we do need to do a fine balance of trying to help people out as soon as they need it, but yet make sure we get the right places.
Randy, if I might jump in here.
Please do.
So one of HUD's rules are that you must reach out to your stakeholders, and you must also reach out to your public and get their input regarding how this money should be allocated, spent. And so that's what the stakeholder meeting on May 7th did. We had 20 people attend that virtual meeting, all of them public service agencies. And from that meeting and the outcomes of that meeting, I prepared a synopsis of the need that has been identified. I provided that to Randy, and then Randy can provide that to you as he sees fit. One of the things that we have to keep in mind is that it's the public and the stakeholders who drive these processes because they're the ones that are out there doing this work. And we have to trust them in what they bring back to us. So we do have a way forward, especially with the CDBG CD dollars, and we will, make this happen as quickly as HUD will allow it. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be preparing a index for the consolidated plan. One thing that I need you all to understand is that you approved a consolidated plan last year, and that consolidated plan drives our expenditures for 5 years. Yes, it can be changed, but we did a lot of public outreach. We spent a lot of time asking people and council to get involved. And so our expenditures and our budgets are based on what's in that consolidated plan. Once I have a index, I will add that to it, and I will make sure everybody has one so that you can figure out how to get through it. And I understand it's cumbersome. The consolidated plan ended up being over 300 pages, but not all of that is text. So, you know, and I am always available to answer questions and to provide any guidance and clarification that you guys might have. That's all I have.
Is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Hurt.
Yes.
Spargettis.
Yes.
Swanson.
Yes.
Parker.
Aye.
Poulos.
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item 12,
A resolution calling on the federal government to include funding for state and local governments as part of their next COVID-19 relief bills.
Move to adopt the resolution as recommended. Alderman Park.
Regetta seconds.
is there any, moved in second, is there any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Hurt.
Yes.
Spargettis.
Yes.
Swanson.
Yes.
Parker.
Aye.
Poulos.
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item 13,
Claims. First part will be A through F. A, report from the Human Resources Department regarding payment in the amount of $7,369.84 to Ms. Jordy Karwoff for a general liability claim. B, report from the Human Resources Department regarding payment in the amount of $313,750.00 to USI of Moline, Illinois for the Consolidated Liability Insurance Program. C, report from the Human Resources Department regarding payment in the amount of $10,458.35 to David Morrison of Rock Island, Illinois for legal services rendered from March 30th, 2020 through April 28th, 2020. D, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $71,716.82 to McClintock Trucking and Excavating Incorporated of Silvis, Illinois for services provided at multiple city locations as part of the Sewer Lateral Repair Program, Project 2564. E, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment number 28 in the amount of $333,623.66 to Civil Constructors Incorporated of East Moline, Illinois for the Water Filtration Facility, Project 2760. F, report from the Public Works Department regarding down payment in the amount of $18,125.00 to Environmental Dynamics International of Columbia, Missouri to cover materials for the next phase of the wastewater aeration diffuser replacement project 2808.
This is Alderman Poulos to make a motion to accept the reports and authorize payment as recommended for claims A through F.
Swanson, second.
moved in second, is there any discussion?
This is Alderman Parker. I'm going to need to recuse myself from this vote. I cannot vote on item E. And save everybody time, instead of breaking that out, I'll just recuse from voting on this whole list.
I did not hear him, I apologize.
He can't vote on E conflict because of his job? Okay, and so he's not going to vote on anything at this point, which is fine at this point. All right, appreciate that. Roll call.
Alderman Hurt.
Yes.
Spargettis.
Yes.
Swanson.
Yes.
Poulos.
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Claim G, report from the Public Works Department regarding payment in the amount of $26,184.01 to Langman Construction of Rock Island, Illinois, for an emergency water main repair on 7th Avenue and 35th Street.
This is Alderman Nguyen. Motion to accept the report and authorize payment as recommended for item G.
Alderman Poole, second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Alderman Parker, again, I cannot vote on this one due to my employment, so I'm going to recuse myself. Sorry, Josh, I know we emailed. I must have missed civil constructors or something. But anyway, I'm going to recuse from this one as well.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Alderman Hurt,
Yes.
Spargettis,
Yes.
Swanson,
Yes.
Pulis,
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
5 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item 14.
Claims for the week of April 17th through April 23rd, 2020, in the amount of $479,080.27. From April 24th through April 30th, 2020, in the amount of $251,971.48. And payroll for the weeks of April 20th, 2020 through May 3rd, 2020, in the amount of $1,483,042.31.
This is Alderman Hurt. Motion to allow the claims and payroll.
Spargettis, seconds.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Hurt,
Yes.
Spargettis,
Yes.
Swanson,
Yes.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis, Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item 15.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding the purchase of 2-bolt wide-range couplings in the amount of $14,449.90 from Core and Main LP of Washington, Illinois.
Spargettis moves to approve the purchase as recommended.
Alderman Hurt, I'll second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Hurt,
Yes.
Spargettis,
Yes.
Swanson,
Yes.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item 16.
Report from the Public Works Department regarding the purchase of 1 complete raw water pump and motor, including installation, from Electric Pump of Des Moines, Iowa, in the amount of $60,022.86.
Swanson motions to award the bid and authorize the purchase as recommended.
Hurt, second.
Spargettis, seconds.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
This is Alderman Parker. Does Rock Island Electric Pump not offer this product?
This is Mike Bartels. Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay. I joined with the phone instead of over my computer, so I want to make sure I mute myself properly. They don't offer this pump locally, no.
All righty, thank you very much.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Hurt,
Yes.
Spargettis,
Yes.
Swanson,
Yes.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item number 17.
Report from the Traffic Engineering Committee regarding a request to remove the handicap parking space in front of 1916 9.5th Street by the neighbor of the residence.
Move to approve the request as recommended.
Poole, second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Hurt,
Yes.
Spargettis,
Yes.
Swanson,
Yes.
Parker,
Aye.
Pulis,
Aye.
Geenan.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries.
Item number 18.
Report from the city manager regarding the appointments of Linda Moore, Wayne Scherer, Rhonda Schumacher, and Josh Adams as FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, officers for 2020, and Randall Tweed as the OMA, Open Meetings Act, officer for 2020.
Alderman Poulos makes a motion to approve the appointments as recommended.
Swanson.
Forget a second.
Okay, either one. Thank you. Moved and second. Any discussion?
Yes, this is Alderman Parker. I wanted to talk about Randy Tweet as the OMA officer. I know in the past, when the city clerk was the OMA officer, there was some difficulty in chain of command and whatnot related to ensuring city staff are complying with OMA due to the fact that the city clerk didn't have, let's say, authority over certain city staff members that were required to comply with OMA, just with the way in which our staff is organized. Now with Randy as OMA officer, Randy, what is the plan here? I mean, are we going to get better compliance with OMA? What's, I guess, can you speak to that?
Well, certainly there's yes, in short, but we are in much better compliance with OMA than we were a year ago and much better than we were a number of years before that. So we're improving all the time. Usually if, we never have what would be defined as a serious issue, in my opinion. Usually it's, more of a paperwork issue, at least the ones we have now. We're getting agendas posted on time. We're getting them posted in the proper place. All public meetings have the proper notice. So we're just going to continue to work at it. But yes, it would be my responsibility now. If there's an issue that comes up, it would fall back on me, and I would. The staff should comply with obviously what I tell them to do.
Okay, and I know that the previous OMA officer provided us with regular updates as to compliance. Are you intending on doing that as well?
If the council desires, I will do that.
Yeah, I don't know if we need it regularly or just if we require it or whatever. I had one more comment, but now it's escaped me. Oh well. Well, I look forward to. Oh, I remember what it was now. So I don't know if Thorson's on the phone here, but when the council does our annual review of the city manager's performance, will information as to OMA compliance, et cetera, will that be included for the council's consideration?
This is Thorson. Yes, it can be if that's what council wants.
I think if the city manager is going to be responsible for that, I think that's relevant for us to keep into consideration when we do the annual review. So at least as far as one council member, I would appreciate that information.
This is Alderman Geenan. I concur.
Okay, we will work that in. Whether we started.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Everyone's welcome to take on the responsibilities. I know it's change, and obviously things are pretty different currently, but keep up the good work and looking forward to compliance.
There you go. Try not to have things fall through the cracks. All right, we're ready for all those in favor. Please say aye.
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 All those opposed? Passes. Item 19.
Report from the mayor regarding the appointment of Linda Moore as interim city clerk for a term to expire no later than April 30th, 2021.
Alderman Geenan, motion to approve the appointment as recommended.
Alderman Poole, second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Yep, it's Alderman Parker again, as you could imagine. All right, very passionate about our city clerks. So can we expect similar, like goals or, when the former city clerk, they would be included in the monthly, staff report, operational report, things like that. Some of the larger goals, I guess we can call them, that we have been working on for the city clerk's office, whether that be document management, compliance with past executive session minutes, things like that. Is that going to be addressed by the new city clerk, or is that sort of all on hold for the time being?
No, we can include that information. It will start with the May report in June.
Okay, that's no problem. I know that we're sort of doing it, well, obviously the title is interim city clerk, so I wanted to understand what the roles and expectations were. And I guess overall, I thought that we were doing a lot of good work in the clerk's office and hoping to keep that going here with the change in staff.
Yep.
I hope so.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing on hold. We're going to try to make sure that everything moves forward, and we continue to make progress, even with an interim situation. And of course, Josh is here to continue his part. All right. There's no other discussion. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous, carries. Item 20.
Report from the mayor regarding the reappointment of Jennifer Walker to the Illinois Quad City Civic Center Authority to a 3-year term to expire May 2023.
Solomon Hurt, motion to approve the reappointment as recommended.
Swanson.
Seconds.
A couple seconds there is fine, great. Moved in second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Item 21, other business. Anybody have anything for the good of the cause? Quiet group. I assume and hope everybody's healthy. We do wish, obviously, everybody out in the public, their safety and health, good health. But we also are anxious to try to get things reopened. There has been a lot of conversations with politicians, with other civic leaders and everything else, trying to see the best way to, try to figure out the best way to get things phased in and reopened. The governor at this point is stretching things out quite a bit. We're hoping things don't take quite as long as his plan is. All right, if there's nothing else, we need item 22. Motion to adjourn?
Alderman Hurt, motion.
What's that? You forgot that one, didn't you? I did. I heard it. All Hurt, motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Is everybody second it?
Alderman Poole, second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Carries. We are adjourned to May 18th, a week from today. I guess to remind public that we are doing it 2 weeks back to back here due to the holiday at the end of the month. So we'll be back in a week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.